videos on how to change out a 900A or 900B 01, so it doesn't have a battery. To change it with a unit that does have a battery. So this is more of an upgrade in the situation. Let's say, you know, I only can use this plugged into DC power, and I want to be able to use it on battery, but not plugged in, it's no battery. And you can typically tell on the older models, you'll tell that it's a flat back. There's no hump. Typically no battery, but on the newer ones, it's a little bit thicker, and then there is a back, but you'll know if it's not turned on with battery because press power button doesn't turn on. So how to actually change the back, you could order a new back with battery through us, and it will come with 2 power cables, red and black, and you could just hook them up, and this video will show you how. So turn it over, remove the 4 screws from the back, and you'll see on top. I have my back, lift the back off, and if you have no battery, you wouldn't have to worry. It's just a flat back there, and you can see how it's hooked up. So this connection is for the RS-232 scoreboard or printer. This set of 5 connectors is for the load cell connection, and the DC power moves over. So this is for your power. You'll see typically these red and black are labeled, and you can see it down there. It'll be labeled as BAT plus is red on the 3rd port. BAT minus is black on this 4th port, counting from 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's typically how it is. So what you have to do is, number 1, get the new back, but you have to switch over these 2 ports over, because if you don't, it will power on, but you need the DC port, this port, to be on a DC minus, DC plus, because it will actually charge the battery. If you leave this here on the battery port and put the battery on these 2 connections, it will not charge the battery. So after a day, when the battery dies, you will not be able to turn on anymore. So loosen this up and make sure it's not plugged in, so you don't short anything. So DC plus, port number 2, port number 1 is DC minus. So take the black cable, put it in all the way. You can see DC port on port 1, DC plus, the red cable, on the right port. Okay, so you see how black cable, red cable for the DC port. So now, after you ordered your battery back, and this is my battery back, this is stainless steel housing, could be mild steel, whatever it is. You can see the newer ones indicators we have, it's a very small battery, so it would have gone like this. And you'll see just 2 connections, a red and black. So I'll put it this way, because you'll see when it closes, you want it to be like this. You'll get the 2 leads, and you'll just attach them if they're not attached to the red, black to black. The 3rd port, if you see it labeled inside, BAT plus, port 3, BAT minus is black for the battery. So just make sure the battery ends on touch, because you will spark like any battery. It's not a problem with our indicator, just a battery. If you connect 2 ends, you'll spark. So just don't touch the 2 battery ends when you're plugging it in. Be careful. If you touch this one with this one, you'll see a spark. So okay, make sure they're both tied in there. Make sure they don't cross over so there's no short. And so just try to close it. And first check if it actually turns on. So hold it, turn it over. Does it turn on the battery? Okay, see it's good. I gotta hold down for a couple seconds. Make sure it stays on, it's not a dead battery. And make sure it's plugged up correctly, it's fine. Get your AC power cord, I have mine here. And you'll see how there's no light here. So we're actually gonna plug in the battery. You see it turns red. On the LED model, that's how it looks. It'll be a red light here, and it should turn green when the battery is fully charged. Might or might not, depending on the board version, but at least the light turns on. Just plug it, turns off. Right, that's the more important part. If you have the LED model, you'll see on the screen the battery symbol, and you'll see it 3 bars, 2 bars, 1 bar, depending on how much charge you have. So this one, bad thing about the LED model, you won't know how much charge it has. Right, everything looks fine. But that's how you change out the battery back for an OP900.